Okay, so we have our program given to us on Training Peaks. We know that out of the possible gadgets listed here, we're not using any of them except for our basic trainer. Our basic trainer does not plug into the wall. We do not have heart rate monitors. We don't have any speed cadence sensors, and we don't have any power meters. That's okay. We can still do this program. So the way we do that, we go up here and we are using perceived effort, which also correlates to zones as well. Your program will probably come in RPE, rate of perceived effort. Rate of perceived effort also correlate to zones, and I'll show you how. If you go on the Epic Tour site, this is the URL. You can also find it if you go to the ride and click on zone work. That takes you to this page. This will show you how the zones and RPEs, how they're the same. So zone 2 is also 3 to 4 out of 10, etc. And it will tell you what you feel like at this scale. What your brain feels like, what your legs feel like. Is it easy to talk or is it not? And there's basically 3 areas that you're staying in. Zone 2, or 3 to 4 out of 10. This is pretty easy. This is all day. Like, you could ride all day at this pace. You could talk. It's no problem. Your legs aren't feeling too strained. Zone 3, this is 5 to 6 out of 10. It is getting a little harder, and you do need to concentrate to hold the pace that you're at. Your legs start to feel a little bit, but you can talk a little bit, but it's not like full conversations, and you're breathing quite hard at this point. Zone 4, or 7 to 8 out of 10, and this is hard. This is very difficult. It's very hard to focus on keeping this pace. Brain feels like mentally very taxing. Sorry. Your legs are wanting to give out, and you are not talking. There's nothing happening except for this workout. So this is how we figure out how hard to work based on the program. And I know if we don't have, obviously, if we have a bike computer, we hook that up to our bike and we link that app that our bike computer is in. So if it's a Garmin, if it's a Wahoo, we connect that app to Training Peaks. That will pull your program up, and you'll be able to watch it while you're on your bike, and it'll tell you, now you're in zone 2, or 3 to 4 out of 10 for 11 minutes, and you can follow along, and that's perfect. Now, some other things that you can do, I know there are some people that are getting together on Facebook Messenger, and they are riding together, and so they're organizing the time, and they're talking to each other, and they're riding together. If that's something that you want to do, we can start talking about that on the Facebook page, and maybe we link up some people that are working out at the same time. If that's not of interest to you, there's one other option that I'd like you to know about, and it's called they're Tabata timers, or like HIIT timers. I have an app on my phone. It's called Interval Timer. They're all the same. And what happens is, I'm pulling this over. So the screen looks like this. I can create let me back up. The first thing I would do is I'm going to Training Peaks, and I'm going to pull up my workout to figure out what I'm doing that day. And excuse me, this is taking a moment. Okay. So I pull it over, and I see it's an hour long, and I scroll down. Honestly, I skip through all of this. If I don't have any tech, I don't even look at it. Don't worry. I'll read the pre-activity. Okay, cadence control. I know that's what we're focusing on. Now, if you don't have a cadence sensor, we can estimate based on you move your foot, like you put say you're moving your right foot around. How many times does you put your left hand over your right knee, and how many times does your knee hit your hand in 15 seconds, and then multiply it. That will give you a guideline. But basically, if it's too much to think about, focus on your zones and then work up from there. So we're just going to be talking about your RPE or your zones right now. Okay. I know I'm working, your workout would look different than mine because I do power, but 11 minutes in zone 1, and then I'm doing 840 in zone 2, and then I'm doing 20 seconds in zone 3. So and then I do a cool down. What I can do is I can create that timer system in an app so that you're not looking down at training peaks and back up and trying to figure out what you do next. So what it looks like, I've edited this, so I made it an hour. I mixed up, but you add in a routine. I would call it whatever I think it actually was W3, W2. Label it so you can match up on the day. And then I create it here. So my workout name, W3, W3. My warm-up is 11 minutes long. My interval cycle, we're doing 5 of these. And actually I mixed this up, but that's okay. So I've got one set, so I do 8 minutes and 40 seconds. This should actually be low. I mixed that up. And then we do the next intervals, 20 seconds of really, really hard. Because I've set up 5 sets, it will reset for me. So this goes through 5 times, and then I'm done, and then I do my cool down. What it looks like once you activate it, sorry about the wait, is this. So this is where I start. This is what my phone screen looks like. So I download an app, I upload my workout, and this is what it looks like. 11 minutes, I'm about to start my warm-up, and I press start. Look, it's a minute and an hour and 1 minute long, and you press go, and you just follow what the workout tells you. On this specific app, you can even change the colors. So my warm-up is yellow. You know, when I go hard, it's red, and that's how I know how to do that. And then when it's easier, it's green, and then my cool down is blue. So see, my screen before was yellow. I could color code. That works for me when I'm doing stuff like this. It's easier than looking, pulling up the Training Peaks webpage and referencing it. But yeah, that's maybe something that you want to try, and give it a go and let me know.